What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy at it again, and you have heard right on the title. I'll be reacting to season 4 of The Beginning After the End, light novel audio edition. Though, it's not the webcomic, mind you. I said in the title, but I'll say it again. This is the corresponding chapter to chapter 86, but in turn it is chapter 44 in the light novel, which will be where we will start and kick things off in season 4 in January 1st, 2021. So, your boy was going to hold off with this. He was going to hold off, but it's tough. It's tough. Like, I'm just telling you guys right now, this is one of my favorite series. If you guys already been following me for a while, you guys know this is one of my favorite series. If not, probably is my favorite series in like web comics. But there's just, when you know there's so much stuff out there and you're holding so strong to just like be patient, it's tough, bro. It's tough. So I'm gonna just read the first chapter of the light novel of season 4. So that's basically, I don't think I'm gonna get anything too juicy. I feel like it's just gonna be Art and Elijah, transitioning to Cyrus Academy, meeting a few faces, and maybe to Sai, who knows? But I don't think any crazy fights or anything's gonna happen. Like, I doubt it. It's just gonna be them going to the school, I feel. But hey, that's still some juicy shit for me because I don't know anything about it. I'm not a light novel reader past the point of the webcomic. So, I'm gonna do it for this season. If you guys want me to continue doing like the light novels first, and then the webcomic, let me know in the comment section below, because personal preference, I don't really care, because I'm going to be reacting to them the same time, like literally the same day. I was going to think about doing the webcomic when they come out, and then right after that, boom, I'm going to go to the light novel and just see the differences. But if you guys want me to do like preview versions of, the light novel first, you guys see what we might get in store, and then react to the webcomic, please let me know in the comment section below too, because I don't really mind. I prefer what you guys would love to see more. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below, and I might do a poll on the channel. So remember to vote to see what you guys would like, because the season is just around the corner. So I hope you guys are all excited for season 4 of this light novel reading of chapter 86, which in turn is chapter 44. And for this video, let's just get a cool fitty bomb. Nothing too crazy. You guys show me the most love on The Beginning After the End out of all the series I cover on my channels plurals, because I had many. Even more than Solo Leveling, you guys show me a lot of love for Beginning After the End, and I appreciate it, because it's awesome when like you get a lot of love for series that you really enjoy to make content for. And I love making content for The Beginning After the End. If you didn't already notice, certain things I do for this series. So yeah, let's please get 50 likes for the video, especially if you like my reactions and you do love the series. This is going to be the best place for you to be to get the Beginning After the End content by far, I'm telling you guys. So if you guys like both parties, smash the sub button, smash the like button, show the love, show the support. It takes less than a second, and it will be greatly appreciated. And also remember, if you guys have not seen my older reactions of The Beginning After the End, I reacted to chapter 1 all the way to current, but they're not on YouTube anymore because I lost channels along the way. They're on my Patreon. So if you guys want to catch those out and other series I react to exclusively on Patreon, feel free to hit up the description and click the link for Patreon to check it out and get all the doses. So with that all out the way though, let's get straight into that heat, season 4 edition. Alright, The Beginning After the End, chapter 44, Cyrus Academy. Wake up! A shout pierced through my ears. Air was forced out of my lungs as Elijah oh so tenderly pounded my sternum with the force capable of resurrecting a corpse. Oh my god. I threw the sleeping Sylvia at him in hopes that she'll protect me from my aggressive roommate. Sylvie, it hurts! Elijah howled. As expected, my startled Bond has instinctively started scratching Elijah's face until she calmed down. There has got to be a better way of waking me up besides physical pain, I grumbled, rubbing my stomach. You're telling me, do you know how hard it is to wake you up? And you reward me by throwing Sylvia at me? Even if it's in her full dragon form, do you know how sharp her claws are? He winced. grimly touching the swollen scratches that Sylvia has inflicted. For real, that's pretty messed up. Alright, I'm just saying, that's pretty fucked up. He just woke you up. Anyways, we're going to be late if you don't hurry up and get ready. I've already washed up, so get your butt out of bed. Elijah stood on top of my bed, pushing me off with his foot. Let's go wash up, Sylph. I pretended to be excited as I grabbed my companion and headed over to the shower. No, Papa, I don't want to shower. I'm clean. Cute. The despite wails of Sylph merely escaped out of the other ear as I hauled her inside. Oh my god. Sylvie now has fur. Very thin, long, and soft scales that were very similar to fur, which means that she attracted dirt like a magnet, so washing her more often has become a necessity. Brother, are you awake? Ellie opened the door as I was changing. Oh my god. Elijah was at least fully dressed, but I only had my bottom half covered. Okay, good. How do you like your big brother's awesome muscles? What the hell? I flexed my body in different poses. Ew! All I see is skin and bones, brother. She just shook her head, giving me a hard stare, and seemed to question whether I was the same brother she so admired back on her birthday. For real, when do you do shit like that, Art? Yo. Anyway, Mom told you guys to hurry up and get dressed so we can eat. Ellie closed the door behind her without waiting for a reply. I let out a sigh as I started buttoning my shirt. She was so cute at her birthday party. Kids grow up so fast. The uniforms that Cyrus had sent us weren't too out of the ordinary. For me, it was consistent with a white dress shirt, gray vest, a maroon string we tied around our necks under the collar, and a pair of tailored navy dress pants. There was also a gold pocket watch attached to the chain on the vest breast pocket, overall giving me a very scholarly look. Elijah's uniform, on the other hand, had a much sharper design. His black blazer had white trimming that matched his black pants. Instead of strings, he wore a black square end tie on one white strip, indicating that he was a level 1 student. Oh, level 1 student. Does that mean like a first year? We'll find out. With his white dress shirt underneath and badge with a cross sword and staff etched intrinsically over the breast pocket, he looked dashing. Instead of the usual tools a conjurer carried, Elijah instead had fashioned a black 2-part band on his index and ring finger. These 2 bands were connected by a silver black chain, which gave him a very gothic look, especially now that he's recently purchased his new glasses that were a bit more fashionable. Oh, I want to see what it looks like. I can't wait. He made it pretty clear to me that this would be his debut in finding a girlfriend, so he took great pride in how he looked, although he always grumbled on about no matter how much he tried, he would always be in my shadow. True. Like, you're like the hotter other brother. Like, yo, like, to be honest, if he's next to him, he's probably not gonna be that good looking if he's by himself. Just saying, Art. Like, yo, you know what you're rocking, bruh. I gave him a helpless shrug. For real, nothing you can do. But I took a mental note to thank my mom and father for the jeans later. Hey, I love to hear it. Yo, love to see it too. I can't wait to see it in the freaking webcomic. Taking a good look at both Elijah and myself in the mirror, I could tell how much we matured physically. The once nerdy Elijah from 2 years ago was now gone. A much sharper and cooler appearance replaced him, which oddly contradicted his personality. Hey, 2 years has passed. They were like really brothers, bro. Like, dang. As for myself, my eyes were a rich sapphire color that almost seemed to glow. My hair a fierce amber red and contrasts well with my eyes. Bluish eyes and reddish hair made me realize how coincidental it all was. What were the odds that my defining traits align with my 2 base elements that I was most adept in? Wow, really? I didn't even think about that. Okay. Maybe that's probably just a coincidence, for real. My facial features were a lot softer compared to Elijah's, but while soft and kind, also look poised and elegant. I steady my face as if it weren't my own. Even after 12 years in this body, I hadn't gotten completely used to my appearance compared to the rather normal face I had in my old world. Are you sure you made the right choice, Art? I can't believe you wanted to go in as a scholar mage. I thought you would for sure go into a battle mage like me, Elijah remarked as he styled his hair. The trim, straight black hair that he had was now shorter and styled on the side. Ooh, I can't wait to see this. And I can't believe one of the main reasons you wanted to attend Cyrus as a battle mage student was because it had cuter girls. Really? Oh my god. I slapped him firmly on the back while giving him a perverted smile. Okay, I thought this was like a little trope that, yeah, he wants to like find like really hot girls. But I feel like this is like his main aim, like his only purpose. I know like he said he wanted to make a name for himself, but that was him like becoming an adventurer. But like since Cyrus Academy, he's just gun-ho about finding a cute girl. Not about like really leveling up. It reminds me of Sanji a little bit, like low key. Sanji went from One Piece. Like that's the vibes I'm getting, bruh. Like, why does he want to find a girl so bad? Hopefully we get more backstory with Elijah. Shut up, just watch. The new and improved Elijah will be popular and find a girlfriend that can only make you drool in jealousy. He has no idea two princesses are going to be fighting over him, probably. He adjusted his blazer, taking one last look at himself. Obviously satisfied at his appearance, he walked towards the door while I followed. Sylvie hopped on top of my head, and her small... Wait, hold up. He's happy with his appearance? Didn't he have like welts and scratches from Sylvie? Yo, I'll be hella heated. Like, this is my first day of school, and your beast got me all fucked up. Bruh. I hope they didn't just forget about that. Sylvie hopped on top of my head, and her small claws dug into my head to keep grip, worried me ever so slightly that I might bawl prematurely. Oh my god. Took you boys long enough to get ready. Who are you guys trying to impress? My mother wagged her finger at us while Tabitha, who was in an apron matching my mother's, started giggling. Good morning, boys. Hurry up and eat. Lilia is going to be up on stage for the orientation since she's part of the student council. She's probably nervous by now, so make sure you cheer her on. Tabitha sat down across from us next to Mother and Ellie. I see that both of you are wearing the necklaces I gave you. I noted while my mouth was still full of oatmeal and fruit. Yup. Why wouldn't I when it's such a beautiful piece of jewelry? I wish your father had half the amount of sense that you do. Oh my god. My mother sighed, fiddling with the phoenix wing ornament. God, all my friends are jealous because of how pretty it is. Be sure to get me things like this more, okay, brother? Ellie leaned forward on her chair as she talked excitedly. Sure, I dismissed, trying to calculate exactly how much something like that pendant would actually cost. Yeah, that's one of a kind. Like, yo, that's probably the most expensive thing they have in their possession, to be honest. All right. Aunt Alice, do you mind healing my face before we go to school? Okay, perfect. That's Elijah, I'm assuming. I don't want my debut at school to go wrong because of these cat scratches. Elijah turned his gaze to Sylvie, who stuck her tongue out in reply. Still final with Sylvie? My mother grinned. Come here and let me take a look at that. She placed her hand in front of Elijah's face and whispered a faint chant until a glow started enchanting from her fingertips. A few moments later, the small scratches on his face disappeared as Elijah let out a content sigh. Thanks, Aunt Alice. Elijah leaned back in his chair and continued eating breakfast. Aunt Alice. I like that. I like that this is just like his family now too. Just like how Vincent is like Art's family too. He calls him Uncle Vincent. It's pretty nice. I really like that. Okay. Always wholesome. You guys love to see it. Oh, well, I love to see it personally. All right. My father came in, quite evident he had been training from the bare sweat beads rolling down his face. Sorry I'm late for breakfast. I was in the middle of a small breakthrough. He eagerly sat down and looked at Elijah and me. Wow, my two boys are ready to go to school. I can't believe it. Looks like we raised Arthur well, right, honey? My father smiled broadly. What do you mean we? I was the only one that raised him, my mother scoffed, giving him a sly grin. I guess the only times I raised my child... I guess the only times I raised my children were when we got in trouble then. My father raised a brow. As long as you know, my mother stated matter-of-factly, causing the whole table to chuckle. The only ones missing was Vincent and Lilia. Lilia had to go to school a few days earlier since she had to do some work for the student council. But Vincent had been more and more busy these days as he was part of the management committee for the ship, the Cathinus, set sail today. Dang. I was pretty surprised when you said that you wanted to attend Cyrus as a scholar mage, though art, my father brought up while scarfing down his eggs. Yeah, both are good choices, but in the end, battle mages are the ones that get all the glory. Tabitha sighed. Lilia was a battle mage as well. Despite disagreement with both Tabitha and Vincent, the two of them wanted Lilia to become a scholar mage since it would be a lot less dangerous in the future, but Lilia was persistent on making a name for herself. Dang, I feel the vibes. I like it, but still, I mean, safer out. Just be a scholar mage. Like, you just got awakened. Anyway, I'll still take some general classes on mana battling whenever I can loosen my muscles, but there's not much for me to learn if it's just fighting tactics. I chuckled. Not much to learn? If any of the students hear you say that, you'll get beaten up. No way. If they could even beat you up. Elijah just laughed at himself at the thought of the massacre the school would have had if anyone picked a fight with me. Please control yourself to a degree, Arthur. There are members of very affluent families attending the school. You wouldn't want to create trouble for Tabitha's family, my mother chided. Got a point. Her face filled with worry. Don't worry, I'll be sure to only moderately beat people up. I saluted while stuffing my face with more oatmeal. Sylvie stealing the fruits mixed into it. My mother shook her head, but my father laughed just as a maid walked in. Mr. Arthur, Mr. Elijah, the driver says that we should leave now if you are to make it on time for the orientation ceremony, she said while bowing. Well, off we go. Elijah finished the last bite of his ham and stuffed some greens into his mouth before standing up and straightening his black blazer. I stood up and walked around the table where my mother and Ellie sat. Mom, Ellie, before I leave, I need you guys to show me your index fingers for a bit. Huh? My mother looked at me confused, but nevertheless, she showed me her index finger while my sister unhesitantly followed suit. I took a quick poke at both their index fingers with my mana-imbued finger, just enough for a droplet of blood to form on the tips of theirs. Put the blood on the necklaces. The serious in my voice made them silently concede despite their initial surprise. They both placed their index fingers on the respective necklaces, and the blood on the tip of their fingers got absorbed into the jewel immediately. These necklaces are now bound to you, so only you can wear them. Oh, wow. They will protect you just in case me and Dad isn't there. But still, keep yourself safe while I'm gone, okay? I gave the both of them a strong hug, and my sister teared up a bit. I hugged my father and Tabitha as well, my father holding me firmly in his strong arms. Be good boys. Don't worry about us, my father said. Come visit whenever you can and keep in touch, my mother added before letting us off. Bye, brother. Bye, Elijah. Be safe. My sister shouted out at us as we walked down the stairs. Your luggage is in the back of the cartridge. The driver bowed and opened the door for the both of us. Destination, Cyrus Academy. Elijah pointed his fingers to the sky as if making a declaration before getting inside the cartridge. I couldn't help but to smile. Same here. Looking back at my old home as I stepped inside the cartridge that would bring me to my new one. Dang. The ride to Cyrus Academy. Dude, it's like crazy. Like while I'm reading this, I'm like, I could actually like picture what's going on. Besides like their new makeovers and stuff. Like I just like how detailed it is because there's so many scenes where like, you know, Art's like looking off and just, you know, it's not that important, but like, it's just so cool. Like I could just do that alongside with the light novel. But anyway, the ride to Cyrus Academy was too long since it was the same city, but the campus itself was enormous. So going in through the main gate took some time. There was an ambulance of other extravagant decorated cartridges, some twice as long as normal cartridges, with low-ranked mana beasts pulling them. What a bunch of show-offs, Elijah grumbled as he watched pompous-looking students confidently step out of the cartridges, with decorated weapons to signify that they were either a conjurer or argumenter. Our cartridge was quite luxurious as well, but that was from the standpoint of commoners. Compared to those richly decorated cartridges of major families, ours weren't nearly as eye-catching. You guys don't need to be that rich, you know. You guys don't need to make a statement yet. You guys are going to make waves with your powers. We have arrived, Master Arthur, Master Elijah. The driver opened the door for us, and we stepped out. The both of us inhaled a deep breath of the campus air. Huh? The air tastes the same here. Thought it'll taste better, Elijah said while smacking his lips. This dude, don't be stupid. I pushed my friend forward as we followed the crowd of students walking on the bright marble path. Holy mother of, Elijah's jaw dropped as he looked almost vertically up at the building in front of us. The enormous white building that had runes etched covering it left even me astonished. Let's go in. I snapped Elijah back to his senses, and we walked in alongside the other new students attending the school for the first time. Once inside, I winced by how loud it was. Thousands of excited students chanted away, some with friends that they had come with, some with people that were meeting for the first time. Let's find a seat! I needed to shout for Elijah, who was right next to me, to hear. Eventually, we found a seat in the middle of the auditorium, near the back rows. Looking around more carefully, I was surprised of how many dwarfs and elves I spotted, chanting away with those around them. Wow, I never seen full elves until now. Looks like it's true that all three races can fully attend this academy now. Elijah excitedly looked around, scouting the potential soulmates amongst the crowd. I couldn't help but shake my head at the expected behavior, unable to see these students as anything other than little kids. Getting bored of looking around me, I focused my attention on the stage, where it was still emptied except for a single podium. Suddenly, a sharp blur focused into form as I saw Director Goodsky standing behind the podium. Ooh, Goodsky's back. She wasn't wearing the oversized hat that conjurers normally wear, like she did the last time we met almost 4 years ago. Instead, she wore an elegant white circlet that matched her white robe, appearing much more refined than the witch-like impression she had given off on our first encounter. Director Goodsky had her eyes closed, but when she opened them, she seemed to be peering straight into me, sending shivers down my spine. Smiling, she raised her hand slowly while her eyes remained locked onto mine. Wow, she found Arthur throughout all those students in the school. That's kind of crazy. Or she's using some abilities where like she's locking her eyes on all the students so she could get their attention. Who knows? But I don't think so. By the time many more of the incoming first years noticed her and began talking even louder, some cheering, but when Director Goodsky's hand reached the level of her head, suddenly everything went dead silent. Looking around, everyone had expressions of surprise, because while everyone's lips were moving, no sound was heard from anyone in the auditorium. Wow. Excuse my rudeness, but I hate speaking up. Not good for my throat. No, it is not. She said in a pleasant voice that, while soft, was heard perfectly clear, even from here in the back row. I welcome everyone here, the future leaders, scholars, and powerhouses of Decathlon, to the humble academy. I am Cynthia Goodsky. Please call me Director Goodsky, but do not be afraid to say hello when I walk around campus. I'm no good with speeches, so I stand here before you mages today. I stand here before you mages today to say hello and introduce you to the student council that represents this academy and takes part in making important decisions along with me. Please give them a warm welcome. She waved her hand, and one by one, members of the council started walking out. Bro, I have a feeling Tasaya might be part of this, bro. This would be perfect for, like, you know, art to see her, like, wow. Not just, like, bumping into her, like, oh, hey, Tasaya. Like, it'll be, and it will make sense if she's part of the student council, because, like, she was, like, she's one of the races that's first getting integrated within Cyrus Academy, so if they want to make, like, a political statement, like, that would be good to, like, make her to be in that role. But who knows? Because Lilia's in the student council, I'm sure Tasai could be in it too. But we'll see. I first saw Gerard walking confidently, looking straight ahead. His pretty boy face elicited a wave of shrill screams from the girls in the audience. Oh my god, what a heartbreaker. Behind him, a very playful, cheerful guy came out waving at the audience and beamed us with a bright smile. Look, there's Lilia. We need a cheer. Elijah stood up and shouted at the top of his lungs, and I followed suit, yelling her name as well. Her shy demeanor was nowhere to be seen as she walked calmly towards the center of the stage, where she gave a small bow in each direction. There was no way she could see us or even make out our individual cheers, but we still gave it our all to cheer for our friend. Behind her walked out a tall student with long parted bangs. His face was frozen into what looked like a stern grimace, with a sharp gaze that seemed to be looking down on everyone, giving him a rather pompous appearance. While the cheers for him wasn't as loud as it was for Gerard or the cheery guy, nonetheless, he strode with practiced grace. Finally, the last to arrive actually made the crowd silent. The unmistakable gunmetal silver hair that reflected this light in the auditorium gave her a serene glow, as her peachy cream complexion made the boys around me gape. Okay, that's Tess, yo! She turned her face to the audience so that her round turquoise eyes captured the hearts of every boy in the auditorium. She was only 13, right? Oh my god. I had the hard time believing the girl I couldn't see as more than a kid had matured enough to catch me off guard. Oh sheesh, she's a heartbreaker too, yo! Her face still contained a childish innocence, but the way she carried herself made me doubt that this was the same girl I had known since near toddlerhood. While still a little taller than Lilia, she was quite a bit shorter than the serious looking guy next to her, but her posture made her seem bigger and grander than anyone else on the stage. Taking a deep bow, she came back up while tucking part of her hair behind her pointed ears. Her face emotionless as a doll. My name is XYRUS, and I am honored to stand here as this Academy's Student Council President. Whoa! She's the president? Is she a first year? What? Well, she said she was supposed to go to the school earlier than Arthur anyway, so she might be like a second year. But I guess we shall see. Dang, she's a student council president. That's crazy. I thought she would just be part of the council, but I mean, that would make sense. She was like, you know, a princess. Well, are they still princesses? Because with this new council, like, not is it called council? Yeah, like with all like the kings and queens like together, they form like the council. Like, do they still have their own representative, like, you know, territories of being kings and princesses? Like, I feel like that's all done because like they don't rule over one portion anymore. They all rule over it. So I mean, strange. So maybe she's not a princess anymore, and that means what's his face, Curtis and Kathleen ain't princesses or prince anymore either. So interesting. I hope we could find more about that too, and I want to get more details about our girl Tasaya and how Art and Tasaya is going to meet up, bro. Like, honestly, I'm glad I got this out the way. I was hoping that we won't get to anything too juicy because I want to leave all the juiciness for the webcomic. But if you guys enjoyed like me doing like the light novel reading as like a preview for what's coming to the chapters in the webcomic, please let me know in the comment section below. Honestly, if you guys prefer me to do the light novel right before I do the webcomic, that'll be very, very helpful for me to know, because personally I have no preference. I'm gonna get the heat either way when they drop. So hey, it's gonna come out, but I just want to see how you guys would like me to deliver it. So let me know in the comment section below too. And if you guys enjoyed this chapter, this reaction, the light novel we're reading, the preview to season 4, smash that like button. Let's get at least a 50 bomb, B. Let's get a 50 bomb. Nothing too crazy, nothing too gazy. I know we could do it. Honestly, you guys showed me a lot of love for my begin after the end video, and I just appreciate it a lot. So I would really appreciate you smashing that like button if you enjoyed it, mind you, if you did. And if you made it to the end, You know damn well you did. You better like that button. So with that all out the way, I hope you guys all have a phenomenal day and don't stop leveling up. Savvy Nut signing out.